Welcome back to Watching Film. My name is Seth Varnadore. I'm a former high school and college football coach who is teaming up with Alligator Army to review Florida football film. Um, this is our first chance to get a look at new head coach Billy Napier and his offensive and defensive schemes. Um, I wanted to focus today on the quarterback play in the spring game. Particularly focused on the guys that are going to be the top two quarterbacks, Anthony Richardson and Jack Miller. I thought both the guys did some good things. Anthony Richardson did a lot more of them, and he's kind of the obvious number one guy there. But I thought Jack Miller did some pretty good stuff too. Both had some mistakes. Again, Miller a lot more than Richardson, but just want to kind of go through the game and look at both guys in the pass game. We'll start with Miller. I think he's entrenched as the backup right now. Obviously, second team guy. I know they just had somebody go in the portal today. So if there was any questions, I think that's as of right now, he's number two for sure. And then we'll end looking at Anthony Richardson, who, if you weren't sure before the game, you're pretty sure now is a clear-cut number one guy, starting quarterback for this team. So let's take a look. We'll look at kind of every pass play. So we'll start here, second play of the game. You're going to get a change at the line of scrimmage here. I think Florida's running a quick game concept. So what I believe this is, after doing some research and hearing some of their guys talk about it, I think he's got the option on both sides. If the corner's rolled up, this turns into a go route. So right here, you see the corner rolled up on both sides. Probably want to win outside if you can here at receiver. You win inside and get a good DB pushes you inside. He pushes you closer to your safety help here. This is one here where I would probably, if I'm Miller here, I might like this matchup better to the field. He sees a safety shading that way, so he's probably thinking, if I hold the safety here, I'll work back there. But if he kind of holds in the middle, you still got a lot of room outside here. But not a terrible decision to go up here. You see him, the safety kind of holds in the middle. He gets his eyes there. The go gets pushed inside a little bit here. Tries to put it up high. May have been some interference here. It wasn't called. Safety's able to get over the top. Kind of a tough look. But that's what the decision kind of is based on this safety if you're looking to throw this go right outside. I probably would have worked it. You probably want to work it to the field here. But you can see why I made that decision there. 3rd and 8, next play. Motion from the H-back there. Tight end H-back. You see this kind of concept on the backside for a decent bit of their stuff. You'll see some high-lows where he's sitting here. Sometimes this guy will break out. But backside, they like a dig on the backside of a lot of their routes here. Then it looks here like you got a quick hook or like a hitch and then a curl into this space right here. So right here, if he was to just fly to the flat right now for this hitch, you got the curl right there. If he's a little slow, plays a little bit, just throw the hitch out there, let your guy make some run after the catch here. Good ball. Good job turning outside, picking up the 3rd down. I thought the defense was kind of, especially early in the game, a little vanilla. So you had some opportunities here, I think, if you're a quarterback, to do some different things. Defense kind of turned it on a little bit more in the second half. You saw the quarterback struggle a little bit more, but not too much. So here you got just a motion out of the backfield. You've got a screen down here. And here, I think you may have double slants up top. So again, it's a kind of the quarterback's option. Right here, your numbers seem all right. I mean, right here, you got 3/2 up here. If you consider him in there, you may not because he's kind of a in-between guy. But if you're considering kind of defensive backs, you got 2/3 over here, and then one of these guys is obviously going to be involved. So I think you picked the correct side here just based on the numbers. Obviously, post snap with the way they played this, you would have liked to take that right there, but it's kind of just a numbers game. Here, I thought was a really good job. So he's going to go inside. First thing inside, it looks like he's going for number 1 here. I thought this was a good look at DeMarcus Bowman's kind of ability to get up to speed very quickly. Right here, there's not a ton of room right now for him to get going. You see the blocks coming here. They got that there. This seems to be closing pretty fast. He's able to kind of squirt through there and go untouched by Summerall, I believe, who's not a bad athlete. So Bowman can definitely get upfield and get going in a hurry. Later in the same drive, play action. You got 3 verticals here. Looks like it's almost just like a max protect verticals. Again, safety. You see the safety. You looks like a too high look at the snap. You get the rush from the nickel. Safety rotates down here. Other safety rotates to the middle of the field. So right when you see that safety rotate to the middle, I have this one-on-one out here. Good throw here. Going back shoulder. Good job by Frazier's using his big body. Holding off the DB, making a catch for a first down. So we've seen a couple really accurate throws from Miller here on the first drive. Good job selling the play action, going away from the safety here. Nice accurate back shoulder throw. This is one you kind of get stuck in no man's land. So how I think they like to read this. So they like to do this, get into this look a bunch of different ways. He's going to block and then kind of delay. And then he's running across probably a little deeper than that. Probably should be at about 10, I'd bet. So you probably want him about here. He's coming in here. He'll probably be about 5. He's going to kind of trail this thing here. And then he's the corner there. So what do you got? You got some high lows, right? The corner. And this is a high low on him. So if he wants to come up and play man coverage, you've got the corner over his head. If he wants to try to squat here, you got the corner over his head. Then you've also got some horizontal stretches here. Obviously with this same route. Let's say he's out of here with the corner out. Now does he get taken out with that whip? And then you got that coming behind there. So you got a little bit of a vertical stretch, a little horizontal stretch. And then if you kind of get him out and then he plays underneath that, you're hoping you kind of get this delay out behind it right here. So this one, you got to make a quick decision right here. You see the corner's bailed. He's out of there. So this one's out. As I come out here, it looks like he's really driving on this. So I'm thinking that one's out. So my eyes are coming back, trying to find this crosser here. And again, the ball's at the 25, so they probably want him to get to about the 15 here. So he's getting there, but he's a little short. And then Miller is starting to get some pressure from Sapp, who played pretty well, I thought. But this is just a really good play by the linebacker here. I think this is the one black. kind of comes up for run and then is still able to use his athleticism to get back underneath. He's just flying out here. He makes it a tough play for the quarterback. Probably thinking he can drop it, but he's kind of playing both right here. I wonder if this is the spacing they want on this. They probably don't want these two guys that close to where one guy can kind of play both of them. Again, it's a really good play, but I think the spacing's a little bit off here. And that kind of forces it into a difficult throw. I think this is the guy you want to go to, but he does a really good job of making it difficult. Miller tries to get the throw over him. Black almost makes a really good play there for an interception. Same idea. So here's something that they give them a lot of leeway with. If you look up front, right here, this is a run play. I think it may be duo, kind of a no pull power type play where the back can read the second level. But they give them these options where I think he's got the option to throw this go route if it's man coverage. I believe if this guy's off, he'd have the option to throw a hitch out there, which you see Anthony Richardson do later. But this is a called run. Everybody in here is running a run play. But the quarterback pulls it, takes a shot outside. I think maybe now his head's not quite turned yet, but he probably wants to throw this kind of on his first little right there when he thinks about throwing. I say let it rip right to the back of this guy's head. When he turns around, he can find the ball. Because here we wait a little bit, you let the safety get involved. That's a good miss right there. If you're going to miss this, miss high. You either miss high and outside or kind of low and outside. But that's a good miss right there with your big target. Give him a chance to go get it. He's unable to come down with it. Pretty good play with that defensive back there. Then this is something you see he does a better job of later. So down here, I believe you've got hitch, fade, and then he might have where he can hitch or stick out depending on what he gets from the defense. Then up here you got dig, flare. So this is a tight window, but he's obviously flying for this, right? He's flying to that. So you're going to have a window here. That's the window you want to throw to. He's pedaled off the snap, right? So once I see that, I see the backer fly out right there. Bang. Throw it right behind his ear hole. Right in this space right here. You know the receiver's coming. Let it rip right there. Hit him right out of his break. His momentum's going to take him there. He's running full speed. If you can kind of put it on him right out of his break right here, you got a chance. When you wait, now he's able to drive on it. He's out there, so you got to take off and run. I saw Miller run in practice. He's actually a better athlete than I thought he was, kind of coming in. So he probably now maybe in a real game, he does take off and he's able to pick up 3 or 4 yards here. Maybe puts them in at a fourth down spot where they might think about going for it. Here, I think he's kind of like, I'm not sure what to do. Maybe he can flip it to the tailback, takes a sack. But this is one you see later. Same exact read, and he lets it rip and completes it for a first down. So next drive, you got a 2nd and 1 here. Really good concept here, a little flood concept. Doing it kind of a different way here. So flood, the idea behind a flood is you're putting 3 guys into a zone. You're flooding the zone with receivers. So a lot of times you'll see floods where first guy runs the go route. This guy will run a deep out, a corner. Kind of depends on what you want. Clear out with this guy, and then high-low the second level guy with these 2 routes. So a little bit of a different look at it here. So you're actually going to kind of run a whip here, He's going to be the clear out, the deep route clear out. And then you're going to sneak the tight end on the corner out here. Really well designed. So there's your corner that was up at the line of scrimmage. He ran with number 2. Here's the backer here, right? So he's going to be here. Corner's going to go deep. It's kind of got a 3 high look or single high safety, middle of the field closed look. This is a great concept against that. Look at all the room. Good throw. Hit him on time and on target. Able to pick up a nice first down here. Next play, you get, I think this is kind of, you'll see the first group run this as well. To me, it looks kind of like you got a shallow coming here. It's hard to tell if this is a dig or if this is supposed to be almost like a crosser. So this is almost like a Y cross type look here, where the shallow is taking place of the flat route. Because behind it, you have a curl or a dig, it looks like. So my guess is on like a Y cross look, you can run this guy on a go. You can run him on a post. A lot of times you'll have someone here running the flat. They're having this shallow take over the flat. And then you got a deep crosser there. And a lot of times behind it, you have a dig or a curl, depending on the coverage. So in my mind, this is kind of like Y cross. So right here, there's some space right there to let it rip. Doesn't like it. I don't know if it's the ref or he feels like somebody's driving on this here. Pulls it down. But you see the safety is kind of who you're worried about. Once he bails, and the linebacker takes a shallow across, I think you're good trying to get this crosser coming across here. For whatever reason, he doesn't like it. That's one, those are the throws you're going to have to make to be the guy, right? You're going to have to let those rip. Pulls it down. Finds Bowman late. Bowman's got some really good hands. I would be interested to see how they use him this year. He's a guy, I think he had 5 targets in the game. He looked comfortable catching the football. If you need a guy in the slot that can do some things and has a little wiggle, I think Bowman could be that guy. You could use him in a variety of ways. So here's kind of a naked. So they always naked too. So naked, right? Nobody's pulling. So it's a play action boot where I don't have any linemen pulling. So he's going to slip to the front. They like to ride this play action fake from the back hip to the front hip. And the backs are supposed to kind of roll over, turn sideways so the defense can't see the ball. So you kind of see that, give a move. Over here, it looks like you've got go. Deep out. Crosser behind it. Flat. So this one, you want to take this. If this tight end pops open right now, bang. You got to put it right here, put it on him right now. Give him a chance to make a run after catch here. You've got some guy breathing down your neck here, but he's only going to get closer. So he does a decent job getting an angle, but it's a little late here. That allows the defensive back to make a play on it. Good decision, but man, get this thing out of your head. When you snap your eyes around right here, snap your eyes and he's cleared, bang, put it on him. He's got a chance now to catch this and get upfield and do something with it. Right here, it's so late. He's got no chance. And then a great tackle. I believe that's Jordan Young with a really, really nice tackle in the open field there. So here's something that's packaged. You've got a screen here. This is just a simple numbers game. Back here, he's running a flat to kind of control this. So I think you could, if he didn't like this pre-snap, if he said, I don't like this, I think you could run almost like a read, and he's the pitch man over here in the run game. using this guy to control the backside of the run game a little bit. But I look up top. I see 1, 2, 3. I wouldn't consider him part of this. I see 1, 2. He's so deep, I wouldn't consider him part of it either. Take that right now. Throw to 1. Good job right here blocking the point. He's going to get number 1. Good decision. Well executed here by the receivers. I think this is the one he'd like to have back. Is this the one? Yes, it is. So this is kind of really a 2-man route, maybe a 3-man route, depending on if the back is part of this right here. So you motion, you want to sell hard play action. You have a crosser coming here, crosser coming back against the grain there. The back's going to make his fake, and I'm not sure if he's part of this or not, but he could be kind of leaking out late for like a wheel type route here. But this is one that, like, it's probably looked really good in practice all week against the defense. It's looked great. It's been wide open all week, so you kind of expect it to be there. Can't do that, right? I think these kind of plays show Miller's kind of lack of game experience. I think you go into it, and he's probably played in some. I know he's played in some games, right? He's had some game experience. Anthony Richardson doesn't have a ton of game experience, but just think about Richardson was playing in a lot of high leverage situations, like competitive games. Miller, if he played, was coming into probably blowouts, right? So not the same game state exactly, right? So here, this is one where it may have looked great in practice all week, but if it ain't there, it's 2nd and 7. If it's not there, throw it out the back of the end zone. Give yourself a chance in 3rd and 7, and at worst, you have to kick a field goal. You get points here. You get no points out of it. This is kind of the worst one of the worst possessions you can have in football. Get in the red zone and turn it over. Don't get anything out of it. 2nd quarter. This is just easy. I may have something up top here, but all I'm doing, he's probably got the opportunity if he wants to throw this one-on-one. Looks like he's got to go out there. But all I'm doing is counting. I got motion out here. Does anybody come to match here? No, then I'm going to throw it. Even if one comes to match, I've still got 3 on 3, so I should be in good shape. I wonder if this is – you saw this a lot where they're blocking 2 and kind of leaving number 1. I wonder if that's part of the scheme or if that was just a mistake. Because corners tackled all right. Here you go. Run play called. He's got the one-on-one shot. He takes it. Good back shoulder. The way they teach these go routes, and they teach, I'm assuming the quarterbacks and the receivers, they got to win by 10 or 15 yards, right? I think it's win by 10, maybe 15. If you haven't won by then, so the quarterback's looking. If this guy is not on top of the defensive back and has a clear advantage on him, if has not beaten him by 15 yards, I'm back shouldering this thing. So they both know. Let's look right here. When the ball's being thrown, DB is still in front, so that tells the quarterback it's going to be a back shoulder. The receiver knows I haven't won yet. It's a back shoulder. So it looks like by about 10 yards there. But that's kind of the communication. If you got to win by 10. Right here, same thing. You got a run call. Doesn't quite hook it up. I think you might some good hand fighting here by the defensive backs, able to get him off balance. Doesn't hook it up, but same idea. You had a run play called, take the one-on-one. Here you're trying to hope. I think you're hoping you get a little man coverage here. All right, if I got man coverage and I make him, let's say you keep the safety out and everybody else is playing man, make him have to match all the way through. Or maybe they're playing box and you're able to, right, because it's a bunch, so maybe they're playing box where he's kind of deep outside, deep inside, deep short outside, short inside, right? But they do a pretty good job passing this off. Doesn't really have much time to sit and let it develop, so take that right there. This could be like a mesh here, like a different looking mesh. Depends on what he's running here. If he's able to get across clean, and you got the mesh look here, because it looks like he's coming up over the ball there. You might have been able to pop one of these guys coming back, but it's not clear. And if you have this, right, he looks like he's pedaling. Take that, give him a chance to the open field. Again, a really good tackle here in the open field. You got your back a chance. A lot of times, if you get your back out there with a corner, that's going to be a winning proposition for you. It didn't work out there. Here's one I'm not quite sure who. Again, it looks like a mesh. We talked about it in the last play. And to me, I'm thinking he's got to get over the ball. Typically, they have a guy curl up over the ball. This might just be a miscommunication here where he's working to the ball. And Miller thinks he might just curl up right here in this hole that's happened. They're trying to get this mesh here. He's kind of widening here. So I think Miller thinks he's going to sit in this hole. And the receiver might be looking to kind of work to this one. So Miller's a little bit behind here. Ball is not caught. I think that's kind of a miscommunication, something you'll get when you play more with a guy. But just not the right, just kind of leaves it behind him there. No chance to make that play, really. Would have been a really unbelievable catch. But I think that's just he thought he was going to hook up there. He really hooks up here. You'll see this on the other side for completion is shorter, but this is basically some people call it snag. Some people, I think, Y cross or Y corner rather for the air raid people. But really just horizontal stretch and a vertical stretch. You see they like to attack the same part of the field a bunch of different ways, using vertical stretches and horizontal stretches kind of outside the hashes. They do that with a lot of their concepts. So right here, just stick it on him there. If you got this room, stick it on him. Not a bad throw. Just kind of goes right through his hands there. Right read. Just got to make the catch. So look, you got actually two screens. You got one screen coming up here. We got some linemen coming out this way. And then you got this out here. Nickel's going to bring pressure here. So right now you got 2 on 2 on the blocking. This should be a pretty big play here. This is one where I'm not sure how are they going most dangerous. So he's looking inside here. He ends up taking him, and then he doesn't quite get out late to this corner, and the corner comes up and makes a pretty good play here on what could have been, I think, a bigger play, right? To me, I'd rather block him, and make this a race between my running back and your linebacker. Make it a race. Make it a race to the sideline. I don't think Bowman is going to lose many of those races. So make it a race. So I'm not sure if this is schemed up or if this is just a mistake. Right? He's trying to think it's most dangerous. But I think if he just goes right now to the corner, you got a pretty good play right there. 3rd and 7 here. So this is one I thought, right, you've seen a lot of single high, but right here you got 2 high, middle of the field open. It looks like 4 verts, 3rd and 7, 9 seconds left before the half. We need to get the ball down the field. To me, it looks like, and this is what happens a lot of times. These drawings aren't perfect. You usually want to be about a yard outside the hash. But a lot of times when it's an open, middle of the field open, right? So right here, middle of the field open. This guy will have a conversion. You'll have a guy that has a conversion. So instead of running a go route, instead of running that right into the safety, right, he'll get up on his toes. Get up on his toes and break it across his face into the middle field. This holds him. So now you got some space here. You hear the term cover two post or kind of middle field open post here. Conversion. I would think they have a conversion in. It looks like he's almost trying to get to it a little bit. He starts to bend in here a little bit. Right? I don't think I think he's trying to set up an outside move to come back inside. It just never gets back inside. Miller misses inside. It was well covered here, but I think that is the idea. And if you're able just to get on his toes at 10 or 12 and break it to the middle of the field, now you've got a chance. I think that's what he was looking for here. And that's why he kind of misses inside there because he's assuming he's going to take that path inside, but doesn't happen. Second half. This is another one where I think you probably, to me, the motion Bowman out of the backfield here. I got 3 guys on 2 guys. I'm not considering him in it because he's so far back. Probably take that one up top. He goes down here to the hitch to Bowman. I would have taken this one here. You got 2 on 2 right there. Safety's in the middle of the field. You got yourself a chance. Those are the Bowman. Again, Bowman, nice hands catch. I think he's the guy that can give you something in the passing game this year. All right, this is the one we talked about it earlier. I think it was third down in the low red zone there. They had the dig route. They had a flat with it, right? But he didn't quite pull the trigger on it. Watch here. He's turned. He's made a decision. So here's my hole for the throw. I like how Miller just sits in there, lets it rip. Right, this guy's kind of driving on it more than on the previous low goal line, right? But this is the right decision. He lets it rip, throws it back away from the safety. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt there. Throws it back away from the safety, make a catch for a first down. If he did that earlier in the red zone, they have a first down inside the 5. They go in, probably score. But that was good to see this progression here of him kind of being a little tentative at first, and then this one let it rip in there. So let's get to old AR-15. I think we've seen enough Miller there. So I just quick thoughts on Jack Miller, and I got to see him in practice as well. I think you can win some games with him. I don't know how many you can win with him right now, but I think he's a guy that can make some winning plays for you if he gets pressed into duty. I think you can kind of game plan what he can do up and give yourself some opportunities to do some stuff. But he's obviously he's not number 1 right now. This guy is right here, Anthony Richardson. So we might go through these a little quicker because we've seen some of the concepts. So this is the one I believe to be Y cross. Hard to tell if he's going vertical or he's going to post. You got him coming across. He runs it almost like a dig here, and it looks like he's coming for the curl there. Good route here. It's hard to tell if it's a dig or if he just does a good job. This is a really good route by Whitmore here. Inside, gets vertical, kind of stair steps him, then gets across. Good ball. What I thought Richardson did really well is, this is a good pocket, but he's starting to get some duress back in his lap here. Lets it rip over the middle. This is the throw we kind of didn't see Miller let rip earlier. Same one. He takes this. It opens up a hole back here, right by the referee. You got to let it rip. Throws it with timing, anticipation. Good throw for a first down. Right here, it looks like you got a little run pass option here. Eyes here, I'm assuming. He flies down to fit in the run. You got that coming right behind him. See, he's got eyes here. pulls it, sets his feet, catchable ball, maybe a little bit higher, let him run, but hey, catchable ball right there. Another good play in the passing game. Right here, take a shot. No problem with that. You see a lot of the plays are similar. So it's the first team offense I thought did pretty well, but it's not like they put the whole playbook in or anything. Both teams are pretty vanilla. Right here, you get a free play, good awareness by Richardson and Dante Zanders, who played really, really well. 1st and 10 here. Again, looks like kind of has an RPO look here. Double slant. There's a big hole right here, so you're probably thinking pre-snap. I like that. And right there, he looks here. He's not flying out, right? He's not flying down. I still got my nice window right there. Pull it, let it rip. Not a great tackle, but you see him make up for it later with a pretty nice tackle in the open field. But not his best work right here. Goes in for a touchdown. Good read, good throw. And you see here, I wanted to include this because this run's not blocked up too bad either. You get a nice double working to here. You got another double working to there. You give this to the back with him coming off the edge here. He'll probably cut that back for a nice run, or he might be able to stick it right up in there, depending on what you get. But I think, I just wanted to show this because I think we're not doing a lot of run game right here, but this is pretty good by the O-line. He probably cuts that back for a big gain if they give it to him, which you'll see you see later on in the game. So 2nd drive here for Richardson. The route we just showed a little bit with Miller. Snag, corner, flat. Flies to flat. Going to 3rd. Puts it on him before he can get in the play. Bang, stick it on him right there. Tuck, turn, get upfield. Good read, quick decision making. Richardson was really, really good making quick decisions. Again, one we've seen already, just a little bit of a different look. So we've seen it from coming back to the 2 receiver side here. We're coming back to the 1 receiver side. But same idea. I think he's got the corner. He's in the flat right now. Then you got a crosser. Watch how the back sells this, by the way. They want the quarterback to really sell the run from back hip to front hip, and then the back turns sideways. So he shows you don't see the ball. You just kind of see the side of his arms, and you're not sure he has the ball. So watch right here. See how he turns sideways? It's hard to tell who has the ball. And then this guy's read number 1. If he pops open right now, give it to him. Bang, he pops open. Don't waste time. Right, we saw earlier Miller kind of was trying to find a better arm angle. This guy's coming, right? So get it out of your hands. Don't waste any time. Gets it to him. He's able to get downfield for a pretty big gain here. But again, watch the fake here by the back. That's good stuff. Again, this is a tight window right here, but you see the eyes are here. He's flying down to fill for a run. He's coming down for a run. You know this is coming in behind these guys. This is a throw that got Steve Spurrier excited up in the booth there. That's tough to defend if you got a good decision maker. You're making good decisions and you're throwing accurate throws with some zip here. Good catch there by Shorter. That was a fastball. So this one I thought was one of the better plays of the night to me, even though it ended up with an incompletion here. This looks to be something you'll see. You see in the NFL kind of called leak. You see it. Oklahoma used to run versions of it with Lincoln Riley. Now maybe it'll be at USC. Shallow. They call it shallow sting. So he runs like he's running a shallow, and then he's actually going to get up the field there. So this thing doesn't get perfect. Pretty good job by the Gator defense here to win. Trying to come down here. Tight end gets beat. Sell the hard run fake, roll. So why did I think this was a good play, right? He's clearing them out. He's gone. He's gone. He knows he's going to have this, right? Just based on what the defense has done already, where the safety's going. I know I've got that if I can get it there. He knows he's probably not going to have the time to see it come open. So he throws it with a little anticipation here. I like this. Receiver hasn't turned his eyes yet. He doesn't turn his eyes till too late. But a little anticipation. Not a terrible ball either for having to throw this so early. So I like that he kind of understands that. Okay. Then you also get a little bit of movement in the pocket back this way to get me a chance at it. Not a bad spot, not a bad miss. A little bit different. He might complete that even with the duress. So I like to see that. I thought that was a good play here. Again, easy on the quarterback, easy decision making. Does anybody go out here? Do I have numbers? Let's take it. If somebody did go out, then you've got this up top, which may have even been better, but you just go with the numbers here. But you see how they give the quarterbacks decisions, right? You have opportunities to make decisions based on what the defense does. It's not just one thing. They give you kind of a chance to change things up or go with what the defense gives you. So right here, pretty good job covering this. Similar to the one Miller had to throw to the back. Richardson, it's 3rd and 3. He's able to get out, pick up first down with his legs. Good decision. Don't force it, especially if you got your athletic ability. So right here, curl or a hitch into the boundary. Corner's off if he pedals. I got that, right? You'll see later he throws this without the corner pedaling and almost gets in a little trouble. But that was pretty much the only blemish on the night. Then this is good stuff right here. 1st and 10. Drop it off. I'm thinking of the next one, actually. But again, good decision, right? Looks like kind of almost like a dagger look where he's running it off. He's running safety off vertically, running a dig behind it. Then you have the shallow coming here. So it's almost like a shallow cross mixed with a dagger concept. They all drop back, though. Don't wait. You might be able – this might clear that out. You might be able to throw the dig in this window. You might be able to. But, hey, never go broke taking a profit. The old quarterback coach and me coming out. Just take it. Get your 5, 6, 7. Go to the next play. So good job just taking what they give you right away. Don't wait on it. That gets you in 2nd and 3 where you can do some stuff. And so it looks like they're going here, and I'm not sure if this is called, but it looks like outside guys are running almost deep outs or deep comebacks. And then you got guys going up the seams here. So one high, you can move the safety one way or the other and try to pipe this thing in there on the seam, right? So right here, Richardson, you see actually opens looking here. Try to get the safety to work that way. He's playing deep. He's coming to play flat, so you're going to get him up the seam there. See the safety starting to work that way. Richardson's eyes are that way. You got a clean release by the tight end, which I'm sure is not what the defense wanted. And then a really good throw. You got to throw over some people in front of some other people. This is like I think they call this a level 2 throw or a 2 ball, I believe. When you got to throw over somebody and in front of somebody else, right? So over a 2nd level defender in front of a 3rd level defender. These are difficult throws. Makes it look easy right here. Watch the eyes off the snap. Eyes looking here. Hit your last foot. Bang, find the tight end. Nice catchable ball there. Safety can't get there, right? If you can control the safety with your eyes, he's not going to be able to get there and make a problem. RPO, you get On a few of these, they've been reading this safety walking down. So he's kind of been walking down inside. So it's probably, looking to this area right here. He's already walked down, so he's got a pretty good idea he's coming. So he knows pretty quick, I want to pull this thing and throw it. He'll be here. Pulls it. Now this thing's got to be out a little bit quicker, I think. If this isn't a scrimmage, I think he gets smoked right here. You definitely got a little brother-in-law discount right there. Pull up. But if you're going to pull that thing, get out of your hands a little bit quicker. But right decision, ball gets tipped to the line of scrimmage. Nothing you can really do about that. After penalty, again, you're going to corner, flat, over, and then I think he's a delay. But hey, if you get this, if this guy slips through right here, right now, give it to him. Easy touchdown. Don't make it hard. Don't make it hard on yourself if you don't need to. Right here, second half. One-on-one, take the shot. Again, this looks like right here, you look inside here. This is a run play. It certainly looks like a run play, right? He's not running a route. He's got eyes on him the whole time. Pulls it. You get a pass interference call. Probably a little fortunate on that one. Another way to run the boot or the naked here. Looks like maybe he's got a corner. He's going to flat right now. He's trailing that right there. Maybe just drop it to him. You wait to kind of get it open here. Oops. Covered pretty well, though. Maybe you could drop it to him. You're waiting for this thing to get open here. But you got a NFL off or an NFL defensive lineman coming at you. You get that thing out of your hands. He does a good job throwing it away, but a little late. But that's just, probably that spring timing a little bit. You're not used to getting hit, so you could probably hold it a little bit longer. But he closes pretty quickly there for a big man. 3rd and 6. This is the one that this is the one I'm sure he wants back. This one, to me, could have very easily been housed here. Backside, I think you got the dig flat. Then it looks to me like you've got let's run back to the front here. Looks to me like you got the hitch, fade. Then I think he might have like where he can turn that into he can break out depending on coverage, right? Then up top you got this. So corner's off. I like the hitch too if the corner's off. If you've got the arm to make it, I think he's got the arm to make it. But I also want this guy to pedal. Really get out of there, because otherwise he's just squatting, because he could be off, because they'll do this. They'll play off, and then they'll squat, and they'll send the safety over the top, which you see here they do. Right, so right here, I liked how he was decisive all night. With this one, you got to confirm. You don't want to be too decisive where you're just making a decision without information. He has not pedaled at all. He's done kind of a soft step back. He's not pedaling. As soon as he sees his break, he's coming. And this thing has got to be thrown perfectly. And it gets up, and it's a little outside, but this is also a defensive back that's in non-contact, and it's kind of coming back from an injury, right? This is the one that gave me a little bit of Nakobe Dean flashback from the Georgia game last year, that pick six right before the half. Same thing, a hitch, kind of stared it down. The guy didn't pedal. You may have the arm strength to get it there, and he gets it there, and this is technically probably should be caught. But that very well could be going the other way there. That's the one that you got to be careful with. So a nearly flawless night. This one was a little scary here. Ends up no harm, no foul. And then we'll probably we'll wrap up here soon. Here you get a chance. This is what makes you a nightmare to defend. The back, this one caught the snap late, but you got a tight end here who's running the corner out, receiver running the snag, back running the flat. You see they have a lot of the same concepts. Flat, dig, right? A lot of the same concepts with different ways to get to it, different guys running the routes. Really, really cool stuff. But if you want to play coverage and don't be sound, he's going to take off, and that's going to be bad for the defense right there. 2nd and 7. We'll kind of cycle through these quick. Nice quick game concept here from this compressed split. These guys are going inside, out, inside, out. I'm going to go to flat right now. Just trying to create a horizontal stretch here. Goes with him inside. Now he's got to run underneath that. Bang, put it on him right now. Let's say he works this side. He thinks he's super fast to get out there. Well, now I got that coming behind it, right? Both sides. Let's say this guy's fast to the flat. Well, now I've got this coming behind it, right? You see that both sides. It's a little bit more evident up here, but he's out there. He flies with it. That's what's coming behind it. Mirrored on both sides. Put it on him. Nice catch there by Keeter. Good catch and run there for another first down. Corners off and pedaling, right? We've seen a lot of times with the attach the run plays the go route. Here we got a curl route because the corner's soft and he gets out of there. Take it all day long. Again, this is a called run play. But basically, if they're going to give me this free access, we call it, they're going to give me a free access throw, I'll take it all day long. Thank you very much. Nice pickup on first down. And then corners roll up and you take shots deep. Didn't quite hook it up there, but that's what you get, right? This is a good call here by the defense. You might be able to drop it here, right? See this? This guy's probably not getting open. Maybe he's waiting for this. But you could probably go ahead and drop that one off there. One of the few times he didn't kind of get through it really fast. But good job here by the defense to kind of take away what he wanted. Bring the corner blitz, force him to step up in the pocket into interior pressure. And then we're at the end of the game here. Similar stuff to what we saw earlier. Same idea. They're just going to, right? They're going to kind of turn the releases there a little bit. Switch them up, it looks like. But still drop it off. I think they just wanted to work just a little passing game a little bit more. And get some more catches for the tight ends, right? They needed a little bit more work, right? So that's pretty much it. That's another tough one right there. You got a cannon, you can do stuff like that. So I mean that's kind of my look at the quarterback play. I thought Richardson was really, really good for the most part. Obviously, still has things to work on. He's a young guy, but I think this offense fits him really well and what he likes to do. And you didn't even really get to see a ton of his athleticism. When you add that into having to prepare for that, he's going to be really, really difficult to get ready for. And then Miller, I thought he's definitely, I think, a capable number two. I know I saw a lot of people thought he played pretty poorly. I think it was a little bit of a mix of him kind of getting real, like super competitive reps that he probably hasn't gotten a ton of. And then, I thought he settled in a little all right. And then kind of, what do you got around you? What are you playing? And I think Coach Napier even mentioned that after the game. The depth on this team, I don't think this team's super deep. I think they got a pretty good group of kind of ones. Some positions, they got some guys that are pretty good at two. But the depth, I think, falls off quick, and that's kind of a result of prior recruiting, right? So that can't necessarily be fixed right away. So you're just hoping for health. But I thought it was a pretty good display by the quarterbacks, and kind of look forward to seeing a little bit more of this offense next season and see kind of how Napier fits it to Anthony Richardson's unique skill set.